count surpassing all global records, we come down to asking this echoing question: what really landed India in this ugly mess? The answer here is collective failure. Let's start with the central government. How did the centre fail us in fighting this pandemic? Well, it's now well understood that the centre has failed to read the fast approaching second wave, the impending crisis. No red flags were raised to alert people at large. In fact, the central government made it look like the worst was behind us. The centre failed to implement lessons learned from the first wave for the known possibility of a second surge here. Now, the centre did a fabulous job in successfully starting off the vaccination drive. In fact, 64 million doses were also exported to about 84 countries in need. But what the centre failed to do here was to preempt the shortage of vaccines for its own population. And this is where the centre has received a lot of criticism and flack for not following vaccine universalization and prioritizing our population first. And the most important here, the centre failed to anticipate the dangers of the mutant strains found in India. It's not the lapses on the part of the central government alone. The state governments too have miserably failed in anticipating this crisis. After a worse bout of COVID-19 whole of 2020, the entire healthcare system was maxed out. At a time like that, one would imagine that the state governments would step up and strengthen all their healthcare facilities. And that's where the state government has absolutely failed. They failed to anticipate the shortage of oxygen supply. They've in fact gone a step further, dismantled all those COVID facilities that were already set up during the first wave of COVID-19 pandemic. The state governments further failed to create the much needed plasma banks. They instead indulged in vaccine politics on who's going to give the vaccines for free and who's not, and eventually blamed the central government entirely for their failure. They should have anticipated this crisis and raised a flag, upped their healthcare infrastructure and asked for help much in advance. Now here's where political parties collectively added to this mess. Instead of actually trusting and encouraging people to go get their vaccines, opposition parties mainly created vaccine hesitancy among the minds of people. People were scared to come get their vaccine because several political parties, mainly the opposition there, created fears about the credibility of the vaccines offered in India. And furthermore, to make it worse, several of these political parties carried out massive campaign political rallies across the 5 poll-bound states in the country. Now, where did the scientific COVID task force fail in this fight? Genome sequencing of mutant variants came too late in India. Despite many other countries flagging off the mutant variants in our country, it seems like the COVID task force itself did not flag it off in time. There was no actionable preemptive advice given to the government. The seriousness and the urgency to act was clearly lacking, and there was no contingency plan at all that was articulated to the government on what to do and what not to do. And finally, the accountability came down to the people of India. Despite several alerts to ensure social distancing, not be part of gatherings and wear a face mask at all times, we saw Indians everywhere let their guard down. Even today, it's scary to see people not wanting to acknowledge the seriousness of the situation, calling the COVID-19 itself as a hoax. Despite the government starting off the vaccination drive, we saw scattered discipline in taking the vaccine. And finally, due to lockdown fatigue, it appears that it forced people to violate all those COVID protocols in place, leading to a cascading effect. Today, India is witnessing the most unimaginable crisis in history. We've lost several lives. We want to stop here. And that would happen only if we show collective responsibility.